Good day. Today I'd like to talk to you about how to have a good, clean fight. Conflict in our relationships is inevitable. But what is not inevitable, however, is that we handle that conflict in the right way. And I'm sure that many of you can think of occasions when you've come away from a conflict feeling hurt and disrespected. And we don't want this to happen. We want to handle conflict in the right way so that relationships will grow. Now, why would I want to raise this topic at this particular time? Well, it's because COVID-19 has been putting relationships under pressure. Relationships have been put under a large amount of stress. And I think that there are probably three factors, certainly that I can think of, that are contributing to this. You may be able to think of more, but certainly these three will help to underline and explain what I'm talking about. The first factor number one, is rapid change. There has been, for example, a rapid change in our routines. In our household, we normally rely on domestic help coming in, but for the last 6 or 7 weeks, we've been having to do the domestic work ourselves. And that has resulted in a certain amount of discussion about who is going to do what and when they're going to do it. Then there's also been rapid change in the way that we relate to one another. We're having to relate over the internet, whereas before we could relate face to face. And let's face it, trying to get to grips with the technology and the hassles of connectivity and Zoom can be very stressful. And then thirdly, we've also had rapid change in the way that we work. We're having to work from home. We're having to adapt to a new situation. Maybe there are noises that you're not used to at home that are distracting you, and it's all resulting in a certain amount of stress. So that's the first factor, that we're having rapid change. The next factor is to do with fear and anxiety. Let's face it, it's quite difficult to treat people with respect and dignity when we are feeling fearful and anxious. And then the third factor is financial stress. Just about everybody is under some form of financial stress. Maybe your salary has been cut. Maybe you're running a business which hasn't been able to earn any income over the last 6 or 7 weeks. And now you're back trying to get your business started, and it's very stressful doing that. So all of these things, these factors that I've talked about, are putting pressure on our relationships. And the necessity to handle conflict is increasing all the time, and we want to handle it well. And the good news is that help is on the way. What I would like to do is to use this video to introduce a series of short videos on the subtopic of communication and conflict resolution. And I'm going to be using a little book, a very useful little book called Crucial Conversations. It's written by some business researchers, business specialists called Patterson, Grenny, and Switzler. And I'm hoping that this will help us to handle conflict in a good way. So I look forward to spending some more time with you as the days go on, and I hope you've enjoyed your time with me today as well. Cheers for now.